Alright guys, so we are starting with the Perl programming language. So we have already seen the concept of variables, and now we will move a little bit more deep inside into these particular variable types, that is scalar arrays and associative arrays, or associative arrays is having another name known as hashes, right? So let us try to understand here. um First of all, what basically the variables are, right? So if we talk about the variables, so variables are what? It helps in storing some value in our data, right? So suppose if we are working here, let's take this window out from here. So if I'm having some variable, suppose type, right? So suppose I'm having some variable here of age is equal to 25. So what it is basically doing, it is holding a value of integer type in itself, right? So age is the variable and the 25 is the number, the integer, the value which I am trying to put in this particular variable. The similar case has been true for this name named string type and this particular salary which is of float type, right? So similarly, like in Python, what we do, you do not need to define the type of array here, like integer, like here I wish to define string, sorry. So string is here, strong is there, string, string here, and blah, 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 right? So I do not need to define something like this. So this is what it is. Now FLOAD. So I do not need to define any kind of type here, right? So similarly, like it happens in Python programming, it also takes the value which is being stored in this particular variable. Compiler or interpreter will automatically take this particular value and store it. Yeah, right. So this is what the basic definition. We have already seen a concept that the Perl programming is having the three basic data types. The very first one is the scalars, arrays, and hashes. We have already seen an example of each in the previous video. Now, what I'm planning, I want to move deep inside into that, right? Since we have got a video lecture recording, so I wish to go move in depth for every particular topic. So we've already seen that how we are creating, the array variable, what are the rules and regulations. It cannot be start with the special characters apart from which has been designated to us like at the rate, dollar sign, and percentage symbol, right? So we cannot use anything before and after that. We cannot store it, any variable with the name starting with a dot or any special character, right? So these are what the rules and regulations of creating a variable. Now, scalar variables are nothing but the single unit of data. We have already seen this thing, right? And data type is of integer type or the string type or you see the float type. So it can be of any type here, right? So again, I'm making changes, similar changes here, and I'm putting simply dollar here, right? And this float is again get removed from here, and I'm putting here a dollar symbol one more time. So if I run this program, I can see that some kind of value has been assigned. I am not print out those values, but yes, variable with their initial values are being declared here, right? So this is how the thing is being going on. Now the second thing is array variable. We have seen that we start an array of ordered list with the scalar values in it. We always start it with the symbol of at the rate, and and when we need to take the variable individual, when we need to access an individual variable from an array, then we need to define it by the dollar symbol, right? So ages is equal to 25, 30, 40. So I am defining here ages of 0 with its index position. So I at the 0th position I'll be having 25, and at the second position I'll be having 40. Then similarly in case of string also, the 0th location will be having John Paul, and the second number variable, that is the third variable in the string, is the Kumar. So it will be indicating the Kumar. Now, one different thing which is not available in the previous programming language, we need to understand here. To make my interpreter know that I want to print some indexing position value, what I really wish to do here, I need to apply a backslash here, right? I need to provide here a forward slash. Sorry, this is a forward slash, right? So don't get confused. This is backslash and this is forward slash. Okay, don't get confused. We are required here to put a forward slash to access any particular variable, right? So it has been written here also. Here we have used the escape sequence forward slash before the dollar sign just to print it, right? So other Perl would understand it as the variable will print its value. So that Perl will be able to understand, okay, with the help of this particular variable, I need to print this value. Okay, got my point? So this is how if I execute this program, let's see if I execute this program, I do not need to type entire program, because if I keep on typing every program, then my video size will keep on increasing. And to even record a single video, it will take, hours of time. And it is very difficult for you guys also to make and understand this particular thing like this. So if it is taking time, I simply copy this content from here and I am moving towards the online compiler. I am processing this variable. It is not very rocket science to understand the values. And if I want to print something here, then perhaps you forget to load the demo. Let's see what it is trying to say here. Perl says what? Okay. So if I compile this program here, then what values you are getting? That age of 0, that is at the location of 0th indexing, I'll be getting 25, first 30, second 40. Similarly for the string, the thing will move on. Okay guys, so this is what the basic program is of the array type. Now hash variables. What are hashes? Hashes is the set of key value pairs. Like if I'm having the key, I can access any particular value from that particular variable, right? So why I use it? Because if suppose a class is having n number of students, then I wish to declare something like key value pair, that student that is roll number 101 is having some name, say called Ganesh, and roll number 102 is having some name called Dhanashri. Roll number 103 is having another name called Abhishek, and so on. So in this way, the values are being working. So this is what the key. With the help of key, I can access the values. Uh, if you wish, you can even create an object over here and put it, and later on you can access all these particular values accordingly, right? So this is what the key value pair is. And later on, again, we focus it on and discuss it in depth to understand the concept of hash variables also. One by one, again, we move towards so that we can understand, the deep level understanding of what these particular variables are doing, right? So let us understand a basic program and how this key value variable has been doing. It is as good as or as simple as your dictionary in the Python programming, right, guys? If I execute it from here, then so if I'm having a variable and a dictionary here, so what is dictionary is trying to do? It is executing, and what is the key here? Key is the John Paul here, and let us suppose the 45 is the age of this particular person, right? So and then Lisa is again the name of another person, and she is having age of 30, and Kumar is another person, and he is having age of 40. So the John Paul is the key and the value is 45. So if I declare it simple with the help of dollar, right, as I told you earlier also, that with the help of dollar, you can easily access the values in it. So this dollar as well as forward slash. So what it is indicating here that it is storing the value 45, it is having the value 30, and it is having the value. So this is what the key value variable works. This is how the key value variable works. Now, what happens here? Let us understand. Perl reads the same variable differently based on the context, that is situation the variable is being used, right? So let us see here what it is trying to say. This means at the rate names John Paul, Lisa, and Kumar. Now, in this, what is happening? This is actually accessing a string, and what is the size of this particular string? It is of 3 size, right? So this is what it is doing. Now, similar, I simply want what here? I simply want to copy this particular array, right? And if I wish to print this copy here, then this print will be shown here that from Paul, Lisa, and Kumar in the array format. And again, if I wish to check the size of my array, then size of my array is 3. Okay. Now, this is being showed that what a variable is doing. Apart from being a simple variable, it is doing two things here. First of all, it is declaring itself an array, right? And it is consuming the values of data, consuming the values of homogeneous values. And then second, again, it is working, it is helping itself to copying its own content to another variable, right? So this is what this particular paragraph is being trying to say here. Now, the following list shows what that how a variable is being behaving. So at a time, it can behave as a scalar quantity, and then list data type is there, which is nothing but as you know, it's a kind of array in itself, or it may have the hash key values, or the key value pairs are there. Then we do have the Boolean type of data type, which yielding yes or no, true or false, 0 or 1 values kind of thing. Then we again have a data type that doesn't return anything, right? It is 0 in its type. Then we have interpolative things. Interpolatives do what? Interpolatives are nothing. Whatever we are writing inside the print is interpolative, right? So it is what doing. These contents only happen inside the code or things like that. Now, again, the interpolative thing here is the flashing. So this is what again special kind of data type which is working to help you out understanding what exactly is being happening inside the print of option. Right. So from here, I'm moving towards the scalar data type, and I'm going in depth. So I have already make you understand how SQL programming is taking variables. So I won't be discussing it here. Now let us move to what are the different types in the scalar. So first one is numeric. We have already seen it. Now we need to understand that how many kinds of numerics are possible when we talk about scalar quantity. So integer is of positive. It can also hold a negative value in it. It can also hold a floating point value in it, and it can also hold a big float value, right? Okay. And again, it can hold what? Octal decimal values, right? And then it can also hold the hexadecimal values in it. So if we try to print this program, let's try to understand it, how it is being done, working here. So if you understand this, can you change the style of this printing, start writing direction, cell check. I wish to change this particular background because it is very dark in color. Okay, so now what has happened here, we have seen that what kind of data type or the data values this particular data variable is being taken. So this taking I have already told you integer. After integer it will can be able to hold negative value. After negative value it can hold any float type value, and then what happens after the float, long float it takes, octal decimal value it takes, hexadecimal value it takes. So this is how the data is being working here. So for the value of integer 200, and if I wish to take some value here 0377. So if we consider into the decimal part of the value, it is equivalent to 255, right? So on 0xFF, we can simply check it that what value it is taking. So in hexadecimal, if we convert it, so we can take the value of 255 from it again. So on the other side of the word, we can say that 0377 or 0xFF are nothing but 255 in our decimal conversion, right guys? So this is how the scalars are working here. Now what happens? Now what happens? We have seen that we have the scalar type of data type in which we deal with the numeric values. Now again we are shifting and moving towards what? The string scalars, right? Now strings are what? Strings we have already seen that it is the array of characters, etc., 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 right? So now try to understand how the scalar things are being worked. The following example see here demonstrating is what the usage of various types of string scalars. ठीक है? देखो बेटा क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पर तरह तरह की स्ट्रिंग्स को लेकर के यहाँ पर काम कर रहा है। ठीक है, क्या काम कर रहा है अभी इसको समझना पड़ेगा। हमको क्या समझने की जरूरत है यहाँ पर कि सिंगल कोटेड स्ट्रिंग में और डबल कोटेड स्ट्रिंग में क्या अंतर हो रहा है। ठीक है, ये समझेंगे। तो अभी यहाँ पर देखते हैं ये प्रोग्राम क्या कर रहा है, जैसे डबल कोट कर रहा है। सीधी सी बात, डबल कोट का मतलब है कि स्ट्रिंग है, इसके साथ में कोई और छिड़कानी नहीं हो सकती। ठीक है, अब सिंगल कोट का मतलब समझते हैं, और सिंगल कोट के अंदर कोई वेरिएबल है उसको स्टोर कराना है तो क्या होगा। ठीक है, तो दिस इज द स्ट्रिंग स्केलर, तो इसके अंदर ये वैल्यू चली गई। आई एम इनसाइड अ सिंगल कोट, क्या चीज, वेरिएबल। ठीक है, सो आई एम इनसाइड सिंगल कोट के बाद में हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इस वेरिएबल को कॉल कर रहे हैं। तो कौन सी सेकंड स्ट्रिंग यहाँ पर क्या आएगी, आई एम इनसाइड अ सिंगल कोट, दिस इज अ स्ट्रिंग स्केलर। ओके, ये बात समझ में ध्यान से। देन फिर क्या हो रहा है, हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, डबल। डबल क्या बोल रहा है, दिस इज इनसाइड अ सिंगल कोट वेरिएबल, दिस इज अ स्ट्रिंग स्केलर। है ना, तो तीनों के तीनों एग्जांपल्स जो हैं वो आपको यहाँ पर क्या बता रहे हैं, आप डबल कोट्स के अंदर डिक्लेयर करोगे, सिंगल कोट्स के अंदर डिक्लेयर करोगे, आपकी स्ट्रिंग जो है वो हमेशा कॉल हो सकती है। पहली बात, इजीली, इसके आने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी। ठीक है, और आप एक स्ट्रिंग के अंदर दूसरा स्ट्रिंग को कॉल कर सकते हो, वो भी बहुत आसानी से, क्योंकि एक स्ट्रिंग के अंदर दूसरी स्ट्रिंग आने वाली क्या है, कुछ भी नहीं, सिवाय वेरिएबल के कुछ भी नहीं है। ठीक है, अच्छा, थर्ड फोर्थ चीज इसने क्या बोली, दिस एग्जाम्पल ऑफ स्केल स्लैश टी हेलो वर्ल्ड। ठीक है, स्लैश टी क्या करता है, टैब देता है, तो कौन सी टैब दे रहा है, ये वर्टिकल टैब दे रहा है। ठीक है, तो सॉरी हॉरिजॉन्टल टैब दे रहा है। तो अब हॉरिजॉन्टल टैब होने की वजह से क्या होगा, 4 स्पेसेस छोड़ने के बाद में उसका जो नेक्स्ट कंटेंट है वो प्रिंट होगा। ठीक है, एक होती है स्लैश टी और दूसरी होती है स्लैश वी। हम दोनों का यूज यहाँ पर करके देखेंगे। ठीक है, क्योंकि क्या होता है, स्लैश टी तो हम गाये बगाए कहीं ना कहीं यूज करते ही रहते हैं, बट मेनी टाइम्स वी टोटली फॉरगेट द concept of or the usage of slash v, right? So let's see here that what happens. Now this is my program which has been running. I'm executing it here, and you can see that all the things here, how the things are being done. In a single quote, I am calling a double quoted string, that is a character, that is a string in itself. So it has been working so far, so nice, right? Now the second is, this is inside the single quote, this is a string scalar. So this is again calling a string scalar in it. And last you can see here the example of escape, that is slash t hello world. Now instead of slash t, you can see here that what the result is being shown. After tab, the result is being shown. Now I wish to make this particular change. Alright guys, so let's see what happens. Slash v, I found it is taking slash v. No, it's not taking slash v. Otherwise, slash v stands for vertical tab, right? So, maybe here this compiler is not supported by slash v. That's why it is showing some kind of error, some kind of problem, not an error, some kind of ambiguity. Now, let's see what had happened. The result is there that I am inside the variable. Okay, so this single string character is not accepting this variable. Okay, because it is a character array, right? But this string type value is accepting variable as it is as a string variable in itself. So that is why you can see here it is simply printing variable because it is not accepting the single quote double quoted string here in its own single character, oh sorry, in its character array. Okay, but here it is accepting this single double quoted value of the string itself, right? So this is how the data is being working. Now again we are moving towards the scalar operations. Fine, that's really good. So instead of running it here, we simply do what? I want this program to run here. Hello.word. What will it yield into? It will simply concatenate the string, right? Hello.word has concatenated. Unlike the plus symbol in our normal programming, in Python programming, it is using dot operator to concatenate two values. Okay. Now, if I wish to perform some mathematical operation here, then what it will do? It will simply do the task of it. 5 plus 10 is what? 15. 4 plus into 5 is what? 20. So these operations are very simple, and I am not putting much more brain or plan the details. Now I wish to let you know that what a different feature is available with the Perl program. I can concatenate. I repeat, I can concatenate a string and a number, right? is of which type? Hello. And number is of which type? Some number. So what number it is storing in itself is 50, right? So what does it show? Hello, hello world, right? That string is having hello world after the concatenation, and after the addition, the value of number here is 50. So it is doing what? String plus number. So string is my string hello world, and this is 50. So what is my answer will be here? Hello world 50. Okay guys. So this is how the operation is being done on Perl programming on scale. Okay. Moving ahead from this side, I can have a multi-line string. I can break a single string into its various parts, and until or unless the single quote is not ending, we keep on bifurcating the strings according to the enter key pressed values over here, right? So enter key is pressed here 1, 2, and 3 times. So that is why 1 and 2 and 3 times, right? 1, 2, and 3 times. 1, 2 times, sorry. So that is why the result is being bifurcated into three particular steps one by one. You can see here that how this thing is being working, right? And then we have V strings here. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. V strings as well. V string takes everything literally, whatever you're trying to talk to it. It will take its meaning literally and make a change for it, right? Say for example, we are having a variable smile and we are having V9786. What does this V9876 is indicating? It is indicating the emoticon that is known as emotions of smile face. So it will do what? It will simply put at the time of printing a smiley face here. Then foo is having what? A foo value in itself, right? That is F, O, and O, right? So these three values will be here. Then Martin. So Martin will be printed here. Martin. Martin. So M will take this particular value, right, in the string. 4.97 will take A, then this is 144 is this, and you can make certain combination of it, right? So if you want to print N O, no, so take the last value of N and the last value of O, then you will be able to generate what? Some different string that is of no type, right? So this is what the V strings are, okay guys? So if you generate or if you run this program, you can be able to see that what it is showing. Let's see, I'm executing it here, and you can see smile is equals to smiley face, who is equals to who, Martin is equals to Martin, right? Write character print in main dot per program. Alright guys, so this is how the V strings are working. Special literals, yes, please focus on this, what the special literals are doing here. Special literals are actually helping us in extracting some file, some line number, or some package from its own, storage area. So far, you must have been feeling that the string scalars and concatenation and interpolation operation. These were what? These were all were interpolation operations, right? These are all interpolation operations. So don't get confused that madam has not taught us interpolation and she's simply moving ahead from here. Now, what exactly it is doing? Underscore underscore file is being fetching the name of file, right? Which is being stored in your current directory. Similarly, line number underscore underscore line is doing what? Is they simply fetching line number from your current line file. Package is doing what? Calling the package which is being taking care of the values. If you print this particular program, what result we are getting here? Writing this down. File will fetch the value of the current file name. Since we are working on Python programming, right? Or sorry, Perl programming, right? And this, what is the name of this particular file? Is the current file in which we are working. So by default, this particular system is having what? Main.pl file, right? So we are working here on the main.pl file. Now about which line number I am talking about? How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it is indicating that currently we are on line number 4, right? And then we talk about the package, right? So what is the name of this package? Since I have not defined any of the package, so by default it is taking itself name. So this is how the result is being generated here. Okay guys? So this is what the special literals are when we talk about for program. Now moving ahead from here, we are having arrays. So guys, do you think this lecture is going beyond a certain limit? So should I stop it here and then again I start with arrays and hashes in another lecture? Okay, what I really do, I call this particular lecture here end, and then again cautious in one lecture, right? Because it will be a big lecture and you will definitely get bored of it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this lecture. I see you.